Okay, so this is me showing how fairly easy it is to dig this well I'm doing here with basically a large auger post hole digger. So in the bottom of the hole, I find that 8 twists fills the basket pretty well, and then you simply haul it out, and you can see I've actually got some very soft sandy soil, and as to how it would actually work in hard rocks, I'm not sure. I suspect the actual cutter would handle fist-sized rocks okay. Boy, I'm down. Well, the extension bar I've got is 5 feet, so I'm down 4.5, and it's taken me literally just a few minutes to do it. So far it's proven to be quite easy. Okay, so this is down about 7 feet. I've started giving it a few more twists because I got a pair of roots chopped off down in there about 3 feet down. And sometimes as the basket comes out, they'll scrape the walls and the dirt will fall out. So I find if I go a few more twists, it'll pack in there a little nicer. Still nothing but unbroken sand, so that's good for me. But as you can hear, I've just hit the first of some gravel down in the bottom. So let's see what this looks like. Lost it all. Roots upset it again. I'm gonna probably have to find a way to get those out. The light gravel did give me some trouble, but I found if I dump some water down the hole, and everything's gonna sort of stick together in a big clump, and I'm able to pull it up anyways. And I can get it, gravel and all, coming out of the hole, but only if I've got the water down in there. Okay, this occasionally is a problem here. You can see where it's got a rock that got stuck in the cutting edge. Pretty much stops, gives you a good idea of size, pretty much stops all the cutting, and you can feel it because it just slides around in a circle after that point, and you got to pull it up and get it out. So I imagine if you had a lot of rocks that were just that size, this could get irritating. Okay, I've been struggling quite a bit with the rocks, and what I did was attach a bit of a basket. You see I bent it right there to the hoop, just with a couple of screws, and I've resisted so far doing it the other side so I can still dump it, but that seems to help dramatically as to how much it'll retain. And then I continue to wet it down, and every once in a while I'll throw a handful of sand back in the hole so that I don't know, it has some slurry they can actually scoop up. It's been a little slower, but it is still working, and it is still more or less free, so that's a plus. Still stalled at about the same depth. That's what I'm pulling out. Almost clean wash gravel. So if I ever get to the water table, I'll have an unlimited supply. Problem, I think, is that I'm excavating a gigantic hole down there. I think the gravel keeps sloughing in because that much material earlier, and I'd already been down 5 feet. So I'm not sure what to do, whether to keep punching through or whether, I don't know, maybe backfill the hole with some sand and some water and clay, some bentonite, and tamp it, then drill through the bentonite, see if I can stabilize it that way. I'll probably flail away at this for another 45 minutes an hour, and if it looks like I'm just wasting my time, then I'll have to go to plan B. Taking my own advice, I shoveled the dirt from about the first 4 feet back into the hole, poured some water, stomped it around, You can't see it in the camera, but you can actually see the reflecting back in there. My hope is that it'll pack in between the rocks. It kind of felt like I was through the rock layer and back into something smaller that maybe wouldn't collapse all the time. I mean, it's not like I have another choice, really, to be honest with you. I can't move the hole over. It's all the same. So either I get through it or I don't. So if this doesn't work, I'll try sacks of bentonite that I can pick up cheap at the hardware store. I don't know, make some drilling mud up. We'll see if that works. Okay, so second day, and mud really didn't work. We've ground down a few more inches and we've hit a bigger rock. So this is the first of a couple of ideas how to deal with it. It doesn't have to be a chunk of mine rail, but I'm just gonna drop it in the hole and hopefully battering ram past, break it into a small chunk. To be honest, I don't really care. Like I said earlier, it's not like I have another option. This either works or it doesn't. So we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, so this is the next idea. I just welded up some very fortunate scraps that I had. Make kind of a point, praying that what's down there is sort of a, I don't know, packed stuff. That the rock I'm hitting isn't all that big, and if I can just knock it loose out of the sidewall, I'll be able to keep going. So I've got it attached to some pipe. I'm going to give that a try down in the hole. Well, the pointed bit does seem to be working. I just twist it around a few times, and then I go back and bail it out with the big scoop. Whether or not I've gotten out those rocks, you know, I don't know how big they actually are. To be honest, I don't care if I go alongside them, just as long as I can get through. Just simply jam it down in there. I mean, I've got it down another 2 inches, and it's very, very slow, but this is what's coming out here. I mean, it just literally is sand and rocks. It's your standard riverbed. I just hope the big rocks aren't still down inside there.